So I'm going to be talking next video that I make about godlike entities that I have imagined. This is one of them. It is a being called the Arbiton, pretty much the embodiment of justice. And I don't know if you would have already figured it out, but yes, it's a mixed up spinoff from Arbiter. But anyway, I brought this out because while making it, there's quite a few techniques that I've used in it that I'm going to now be showing you how to make. So first off, we have a sword. Now, the thing about pipe cleaners and wires in general is that once you bend them, you can't bring them back to their straight form, which means you need to find other ways to support them, because otherwise you're just going to have pretty much things just like this, just sticks. Now, you can do pretty amazing things with them if you manage to get around that successfully, like I've done here on this arm, which actually manages to look like an arm, while this one just looks like an offshoot. But here, it can be hard to make things stay the way you want to, because if you just spin them around and around and around, that's not going to do anything. You pretty much just have a snake. Now, to get straight things like this, there's a special technique that you use, and that also means that it can actually be pretty useful for armor and like bases. So that's what I've done on this one's head. So right here, the way I made this the head and the way I made the sword are the same, and that also with this armor. And that is, I'm just using pink since that is the colors that I have right now. So what you would want to do is you'd want to have something like this. Straight, flat, and then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to curl them around like this. Doesn't really matter which direction as long as you can get this shape. You're going to want it flat as possible. And then you take ends and spin it and bend it like this. So that way now you have one visible end. Now this one right here, you can use these to tie it to something. But now we have this. Now this may not seem like much, and honestly it really isn't. It's quite flimsy, not hard. But then you take more, and these more pipe cleaners are what give it the structure. So you're going to want to put something like this, and that puts an additional layer. It gives it its hardness, but also allows you to have more without going past these, which are going to be supporting. So right here, you can take these, put them around like this, and bend like this one more time, and if you squish it more, you have a piece of armor. Now, that's actually pretty hard. And if you do these on a slightly smaller scale and build them up on top of each other, you have something quite hard, like this. I've stepped on this before. It didn't squish, which was honestly pretty amazing, because given that anything else, it would just like been squished flat. So now you have something similar to armor, and these offshoots right here, you can use to attach to something. So if I wanted to, I could have put this here, 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 and by doing something similar to this, I put something here. And that's where the armor on this bat comes from. Now you're going to need to be careful, because too much of anything is bad. So you want to make sure you don't get over the amount of pipe cleaners, because then it starts becoming cumbersome. Like for this one, right here, put too much here, these are now humongous. They kind of detract from it. I managed to salvage it, but in other situations that wouldn't have worked. So, and I can't remove them because they're now part of it. So I could, but then I'd have to take away so much more, and it would be super difficult to take it back. But again, that's how you make armor. Now, just as another warning, next video that I make is going to be detailing god-like entities that I have imagined. So if that bothers you, you're probably not going to want to watch it. But I'm going to be referencing those quite a bit because so many things hinge on this.